Welcome back. We had the chance of interviewing Screen International's Middle East correspondent, Melanie Goodfellow, who took part in the Cairo Industry Days, held within the framework of the 42nd edition of the Cairo International Film Festival. She participated in the 4th edition of its talent supporting initiative, Arab Stars of Tomorrow.
So hi Maya, this is Melanie Goodfellow. I'm a journalist. I cover France and the Middle East for a film magazine based in London called Screen International. So I travel festivals when we don't have a pandemic. I go to the big festivals like Cannes and Berlin, and my magazine, we do daily papers about the markets, about what's happening, what films are showing, who's buying the films, who's making the films. So I'm really covering the film industry from an industry standpoint. Answer to question 2. So this was the second year that we've done Screen's Arab Stars of Tomorrow with the Cairo International Film Festival. The previous editions were with the Dubai International Film Festival, but when that came to an end, we were looking for a new home for the initiative. And Cairo is a great place to hold this initiative because the film industry is much bigger here, so it's actually quite exciting to come and hold this in Cairo. And I think it's better for the stars in some respects because they get to meet people within the Egyptian film industry, and the Egyptian film industry is quite important, so it's quite a good process for them, I think. When we first started the initiative in 2016, it was like in response to, at the time, there were like a lot of like the independent feature film scene was beginning to grow in the Middle East, partly because lots of festivals, new festivals had been launched, and film funds and co-production platforms, some in the Gulf, some around the region. Some of those events have since ended, but then they've been replaced by other ones. But we could just see there was like more and more of like a sort of an independent creative scene in the region, and we wanted to like look at it more. And then since then, you've got all the platforms have now started like investing in high-end TV series and also in features. So there's quite a lot going on, I think, for young talents. So yeah, what did it achieve after 4 years? It's not really like a program where we're trying to find people jobs or like give them skills. It's just something that we do at Screen. We like to talent spot and look at who the next sort of hot names or hot projects are. The Arab Stars of Tomorrow initiative is actually a spin-off of Screen's UK and Ireland Stars of Tomorrow, which is quite big in the UK. It's been going for 30 years, and it's discovered all sorts of stars that you probably watch on the big screen all the time. In terms of Arab Stars of Tomorrow, I'm quite proud of it. You know, in the 4 editions that we've done, you know, we had Ahmed Malek at the very beginning, Maria Zreik, who's quite well known as a Palestinian actress, and then a director, Munia Akol, who's shooting a movie with Nadine Labaki at the moment. And I'm like quite confident that these, all of these stars will go on, will be named in the future. And I think like the people we have today, like Tara Abood, Bryce Baxter, and the directors Sama Allah and Hannah Alamar, I think we'll be seeing those in festivals in the future. And then just having these people come to Cairo, I think, was a really good experience for them. I could especially see for like Tara Abood, it was like her first film festival, and the film she's going to be in, which is going to be world premiering somewhere in 2021, Amira, that's probably going to go to a film festival, like a big one, next year. So I think like Tara, you know, got some experience on the red carpet, and she's only 19 and sort of got to like be around in a film festival. Bryce Baxter context. He lives in Morocco, and he hasn't really travelled the rest of the Arab world before, so it's like a great, I think, experience for him to come here and meet these other professionals in the Arab world. And the same with Hannah. She's travelled a little bit because she's done co-production platforms, but I felt like it's just something where they network a bit and they make a contact, and I just think it's a positive initiative because it gets people together and puts a spotlight on them, and shows off some of the talent that you have in the Arab world. I know there are lots of other initiatives that also highlight Arab talent, but this is just one of them. One of the other aims is that, Screen International is a trade paper, so lots of people in the business read it, and so sometimes, not always, but sometimes after we've spotlighted people, they get approached by agents, or they might get approached by producers if they're directors and things. So all in all, it's quite a positive thing to do. Unfortunately, I didn't really watch many movies because I was working quite hard and trying to pull this together and interviewing them, because we're also doing an online event that will go on to Screen International's Screen Daily site on Tuesday morning. So that was quite a lot of work. And then I was sort of sitting with stars and sort of not looking after them. That's not my job, but sort of hanging out with them and knowing them a little bit. So I didn't get to go to many films. I went to go and see Gaza Mon Amour, the Palestinian film, and I think if there was one film I was going to see in the festival, that was a good one. It was great to see it on the big screen, and the reaction of the audience in the Opera House was just great. It was like a really warm feeling, and people were laughing and really enjoying it. And I've been to a couple of the talks over in the Opera House, and what I like when I go there, it's very young, and you can see all these people into movies, especially during the day, and not so much into the big red carpet events. That's not really my thing, but I love seeing people in cinemas watching films. And what I like about Cairo is there's just loads of young people with their friends and messing around and going to see movies and taking selfies of one another on the red carpet, and I love that about this festival. I think that the festival was pretty well organised, given that they had to do it in a pandemic. And I was quite impressed, they were keeping to the social distancing in the theatres as far as I could see. And I've been to one screening, one event where they were quite strict about people keeping their masks on. So I think all in all, I felt like it was good organisation. I didn't hear about anything that made me think it wasn't working. So yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. So question number 5, is this my first time in Egypt? No, it's my third time, but unfortunately I always come here with festivals, so all I get to see is the inside of a hotel and then the festival venue, which is a bit rubbish. I'm a bit embarrassed by that, but I keep vowing that I'm going to come back to Egypt with my family and my 2 daughters and visit the place properly. I think like one of my dreams would be to come and live here for a year and a half and like try and learn Arabic and get to understand the film industry here possibly properly, because it seems so big and this whole star system I can't quite understand, and I'd love to understand that better. Egyptian cuisine, I just don't know. I haven't really eaten very much Egyptian food when I've been here, but I promise to do better the next time I come back.